Right, so Jeff, here we are again. This is a Saturday afternoon, and here we are for the start of another vlog. And I see you've got my new yokes there.
Well,
for my Kawasaki.
I'll
paint and blue.
Well, paint and blue.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah. Just, you know, we've got to put our lock stops in there. And
yes.
I don't think we're doing anything else.
I hope not. No.
No, we'll just coat it all.
Yeah. Of course, it's not blue paint, is it? It's engineer's ink.
Actually, and this is the expensive ink.
Yeah.
You can get stuff, and it's some stuff's shite.
Yeah. Okay.
It's coming from China.
So what's that then? Where's that from?
That's Rocol, that.
Rocol.
Even if you can, Rocol. And I've looked online. Can I find it?
I'll find you some.
Well,
did you say like £30 a bottle or something?
That was nearly 50.
50, God.
Rocol, about 45, 50 quid for a bottle of that. The cheap stuff's 20. If I could find a bottle of Rocol.
It does last a long time, doesn't it? Though,
yeah, although it does last. There's a litre there.
Right.
And ink is very, very expensive.
Okay. Oh well, I'll find you some.
I don't know what the other. I did get a cheap bottle once, and it was like wishy-washy. It was just crap.
Yeah. Okay.
So with
you're gonna now.
Well, I've got to mark our 2 lock stops. I'll probably do them the same as that.
Yes. Yeah.
And the 4, I'll mark them.
Yeah, they're the old ones, aren't they? That were in the frame. Okay.
They were the 41s.
Yeah.
So with
these are the 43s. For my new forks, which are around here somewhere.
They're down here.
Yeah, they're from a Yamaha R6.
An LEV master cylinder back to lads.
Oh, don't do that.
Let's come. And I said,
yeah.
here's the master cylinder here. He said, oh no, Lee bought it. I said, I thought he said he had.
No.
So I left it in the back there.
No, I think he wanted one as a spare, or rather as a temporary spare.
Right.
Because somebody had a problem with some brakes and he wanted to.
Have you bought the yokes? I don't.
I said I didn't really need them, but
because we've got the 6 we've got our stem anyway.
Yes,
We've got to modify the whole.
I don't think he wants them because of what use is an old pair of standard yokes. I don't know.
Well, if someone crashes a bike and
maybe.
damages a yoke or bends.
Yeah, I did say I didn't really need them, so whatever.
Well, you're not going to throw them away.
No. Well, I wouldn't, but he can have them back if he wants. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Someone somewhere will obviously.
Well, maybe
going to need it.
Maybe
a set at some point.
Who knows? We don't. Right. Yes. So you're doing that, and I also see you've got a bit of a crank there in pieces with some bearings.
Yeah, don't ask.
Don't ask, oh dear.
Well, I've just pulled it all apart.
This is a crank from what? This is from a
It's actually
Honda.
out of a Suzuki.
Oh, Suzuki.
I believe it's a GT 250.
Oh, a 2-stroke, yeah.
2-stroke, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd say 70s.
So what are you doing rebuilding it?
Well, somebody's asked me to build it, but under close inspection, that big end's knackered.
Yes.
You can, that one, you can, the white metal or what I think off the washers had come off and it had got in the big end. That's probably actually increased its wear rate, acting as like a grinding paste.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's runnable. It
well, a GT, it's going to be what, 1970 something, so it's going to be a very old engine.
Yeah, but if you built that with that in it,
it won't last forever.
Well, 10 miles down the road, 100 miles down, you're just going to have more problems.
Yeah, okay.
So
what's next?
One of the main bearings is shot at.
Yeah, well, the bearings there.
What the actual bit that the seal runs on there is all corroded. It's got the corrosion. It probably would be okay, but if it's corroded, put a brand new seal on it, and it's just going to increase the wear.
Yes.
It'll act like.
So what's the solution? He's going to have to get himself a new crank, or?
I believe that looks like a set of piece. I mean, to build it, it wants all brand new bearings and rod kits.
Yeah.
To put it in and know that it's going to be right.
Okay.
And obviously, there's some people now just think.
Well, it depends how much the bike's worth, I guess. It depends how much he wants to.
Well, this is the point. These people say the bike's worth a fortune, and when they turn around and say, "Well, it's going to cost you that to do it," well, I'm not paying that.
Well, there you are.
And that's what I've found a lot over the years.
Yes. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see. Right.
It's only you that'll spend your money. Well, you're one of the very few people that have seen you dig deep into your pockets.
I'm stupid. Yeah. I'm stupid.
You've got extremely long arms with short high pockets.
Yeah, indeed, and no money.
Other people have got extremely short arms with low pockets.
Yeah, and actually now I'm just looking over there, Jeff. I see you've been busy with your. Let me just.
Oh, they're
over there.
I've even done new one as well. There's one for you there.
Let's go look at those.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, Jeff. So here we have all your various cam chain adjusters. I see you've been busy.
Well, them are the threaded ones for the special blocks.
Oh, these are what you've made. You've now added the hex knot on top.
I've machined all that in.
Looks really nice, that, yeah.
So they want anodizing.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it last time round, didn't we?
Then basically what you'll do is probably just put a bit of RTV on the thread.
Yeah.
Or at this end, mainly at that end there.
Yeah.
Screw them into the blocks, and then we can. I've got all the.
Yes.
They want build stainless welding.
Yes.
And then I can put them in the lathe and just dome them.
Yes.
Then they can screw in there.
And then that end's going to be the piece that's going to.
That will push on the cam chain blade or the appropriate.
Okay. And you see, you've got, so they're big ones for the drag bike. And these are small ones for the.
These are standard ones.
Yes. I love one of them for mine.
They're 2-piece.
Yes.
There's still a bit to machine off these yet.
Yeah.
To get
them.
But they're all machined now to
Yeah, look nice.
the length. And what it is, when I ask you to get them anodized.
Yes, which I have actually found out about.
At the end of the day, basically, there's going to be the bit that screws in. It's still on.
Yeah.
The bit that screws in is going to have a washer flat on it like that.
Yes.
So you're not going to see it. I might as well leave. Just unscrew one of them off.
Just leave the centre as is.
Is as long as I mark all these. To what I could do is probably just put a little number on them.
Yes, just stand
number 101 and what have you. So when they come back, I know which one. Because I've machined them all now to level.
Yes. Yeah.
So basically, that's inside the engine.
You can't see it.
And basically, the only bit you'll see outside when but then it's covered with a stainless washer.
Anyway,
so there's no point in.
Well, plus it's also behind the block, isn't it? You can hardly see it anyway. So.
Well, yeah, but with the stainless washer covering it, if it was blue anodized, you're not going to notice it. So I might as well just get them done.
Well, actually, I did a bit of investigation about that, and you can actually Loctite pieces together before they're anodized, but there is a problem because anodizing works by passing electric current through the piece, right? And the Loctite can act as an insulator.
And it won't work,
So it will anodize perhaps one part of it, but not another part.
Yeah. Well, that part now we don't have to worry about because we can. Hopefully now I can just send them away.
Yeah.
That square piece, that's for that block there that we made.
Yeah.
So that one wants doing. I mean, I was going to just get them done blue, but I don't know what.
You do whatever.
So.
Okay. Right.
It's entirely up to you what you.
I'll have clear. I think clear. I think is what I like.
Clear.
Yeah, clear anodized.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do that, that's.
Yeah.
I'll just get whatever I've got done blue.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It seems to be It seems to be a colour that you can.
It's better than red anyway. Red turns pink, doesn't it? Which is.
Red after
turns pink.
Blue. I think blue is probably like you say.
It suits most things, doesn't it? Right. Okay.
So there's some there for the.
That's good progress. Wind's just blown open the door.
No, the invisible man's just come in.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got them done. So the crisis with the Loctite will not be a problem.
Okay.
We've got our last stainless here ready to go weld.
Yeah.
That's going to, like I say, I'll set it up through the week.
Yeah, I'll do them all in one go. Yeah.
Well, I'll just pop them in, but if you put too much on, I mean, I'll just, as long as it welds the end, I'll just put them in the lathe. And then I can machine them round.
Yeah, and shape them.
And just probably what I'll have to do is just maybe 45 them and just sort of file them a bit. So it just puts a bit of a
dome on it now.
A bit of a dome. It doesn't have to be a
perfect.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so here's one of those cam chain adjusters made for this block here. Pretty non-standard, but as you can see, it would fit something like that with the adjuster bolt in the middle. Yeah, pretty neat. Right. That was different. Not sure about the rest. Now over there on your drill over there in the corner, I see you've dragged out one of your CB twin blocks that you made a while ago, along with some liners.
Yeah.
I see. So what's that all about? Yeah. Okay. So we've now come a bit closer to look at that block and your liners. So we're saying because of whatever reason you had to bore out that block a bit too much.
Originally, yeah, it was off centre, and but to true it up, the amount to get the bigger liners in. Originally it was off centre, and because I had to centre it and overbore it, and obviously the liners that will fit the pistons are now
too loose.
Well, it's if you don't, you'll end up with a circle with a bit of a loop in it, which is not going to work very well. So
you're going to make a steel...
Well, I've got some steel tubing.
Oh, okay.
That,
you're going to machine that now.
That is perfect, but I've only got enough to make one. And I could do with another piece of that.
Like that. Yeah.
And you go to an engineer's and they want to sell you something like a 3 metre length.
Yeah.
And it's like hundreds of pounds.
Yes, you just want a little bit.
So I'm looking round just for someone
who's... find some scrap somewhere, yeah.
I've been to see Lister and a few people, and all I want is another piece, virtually the same length as that.
Right, but you've not found one yet?
No, I've been hunting.
Well, there's no rush for that, is there?
There's no rush.
That's
I'll
a
just see
long-term
what
project.
comes along, yeah.
Okay. Right, with that, let's see what else is going on. So moving on, I see you've got my clutch cover there with the word Kawasaki written in felt tip pen.
When they're bolted together now, I've rubbed them with some 150s. They want some 400s, and it really wants a good few more hours to polish all that.
I think that'll be my job, I think.
It's easy work, but it's time consuming.
I know. So you've written Kawasaki on it. The question is, how is it going to be put on there permanently?
Well, I thought of just
can it be engraved?
milling it in with a small 4 or 5 mil ball cutter, which Lister can do. He's got all the...
And would they do that on his new CNC?
He'd do it on his CNC, yeah. It'll just go in and zzz, and zzz. Once he's got the program in, it'll...
Well, I'd like to see it done actually before I do mine. So if you want to go and ask him to do it on one of yours, and then if I like it, I'll have mine done.
Yeah.
Because obviously the cost of it is going to be the cost of the setup.
It could take him an hour to program, to set it up.
I know.
In fact, what I might do is ask him if we've got a piece of metal. Is just get him to do it in a piece of metal.
Yeah, just do it. Well,
because he's going to do a practice run.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll ask him. I'll ask him. I know he's been very busy. I'll file that bit out there now.
Oh yes, for my oil.
Yeah. It might just want a bit of rubbing with wet and dry,
Yeah.
So now when that's bolted on,
the oil level is correct.
It can't trap the oil.
No. A good point. Okay, so we'll worry about that another day. So you've been busy just setting up, getting ready for my yokes.
Yeah.
To fit the R6.
I was about to just, while I've got the vice on the miller, I can set this up and drill these.
Yes. Okay.
Work out where I'm doing it.
Right. Cool.
And then I can set them back up on the bike.
Yeah.
And
hopefully my swing arm should be coming back soon from the...
Les's, yeah, he said he's been up.
Oh, has he?
He's had his frame done. He might have.
I don't know. Anyway, I'll see him sometime and get that back.
Yeah, well, I was nipped over yesterday. I had to nip and see him.
All right, okay, cool. Right, good. So with that then...
We got that and that.
We'll leave it for now, and we'll come back next week and see the progress on the front end and also on your other projects and bits and bobs. Right, here we are back at Jeff's shed on quite a warm day, and what we've got here is these new yokes we saw last time round in the last episode, and I'm mounted on the bike, and you've got some 43mm stanchions.
They're old ones with pits in. I didn't. If I'm tacking a thingy on there, you don't want to be putting anything.
So what we're doing is working out where the lock stops are going to be, and so we're going to work it out and then tack on a piece here to the frame.
The tank looked right about there. It seems to fit that bit there.
Yeah.
It looked right with the frame.
Yeah.
I can just get my finger between that there, and I'd say that looks.
About right.
I'd say that's quite good.
Happy with that.
But it still leaves.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult for it to film because we've got no room at all. But if I try and get around here,
leaves us with that problem.
Yeah, this is a problem I've been having nightmares about for the last few months, which is the fact that because the frame is not quite as long at the front as an original Z1, Z9, Z1000. When the side panel's in place, I don't think you can see actually. Let me just.
Whether you can just squeeze the camera in there, you can see it's at least maybe inch and a half. Where that bit there, that curve needs to sort of flow in.
Yes, and it doesn't.
With that, so ideally, it needs to be something like that.
Yes, and it can't because it's got a cutout at the front there
to fit
to go around the frame.
Go around the tube, yeah.
And without that, obviously. Questions. What do we do about that? What do we do about that? I don't know.
The thing is, if we have it here, mind you though, you're not running an airbox.
No.
You could make some filters that more or less come.
Yes.
You could.
I'm not worried about the front. I'm worried about that alignment.
Well, the only other thing we could do is maybe glass up a bit, build that up somehow, and so it looks thicker there, and then swings.
Yeah, but aren't those ABS?
But bonding something to that's going to be extremely
very difficult. Yeah, that's a problem. You see.
If it had been fiberglass panel. probably be, you know.
The only other thing we could do is, and it's not ideal,
or cut it and fiberglass it.
Yes, again, not
no,
ideal.
we can't, because the position of that, if we cut it there,
that's not changing.
It needs to be virtually cut about.
Yes. Well, I did think what we could do perhaps is widen that hole that it sits in. So if we take off a bit of material here, yeah, if we take, that's now a last round hole. If we take it back to that mount there, say that little tab, that would mean the whole thing can come back by whatever it is, by, I don't know, 15 mil, whatever different. So there, and it won't look that bad, because unless you're on your hands and knees looking up, you won't be able to see that. Now, obviously, having done that, of course, then the back end of it is then hitting the rear seat area of the frame. So then what we got to do is just file down this edge here, just a little bit. You know, again, it's all about millimetres, and hopefully then we can move it back a wee bit. It won't be perfect, but it'll be better than it is at the moment.
Yeah,
that's the current plan.
If it looks like it's squashed in, or
Yes,
it doesn't look, it needs to flow in
Yes,
just right.
Now you can do some things here, because you can do the paintwork, sort of fill your eye a little bit, so you can have a line, say, that comes down here, and it would then carry on there rather than there. There's all kinds of things you can do to sort of mitigate the problem, but even so, I'm still...
Depends on what the seat you're doing. Like the
It'll be a single seat, like a sort of 2-4 seat.
It's going to have to be a one-off seat.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
Well,
yes.
You're not going to get away with the standard seat.
No, because it's wider than standard.
Well, when I originally did it, I was thinking about maybe getting, like, folding some aluminium and making a nice box section.
I know. That's an option, but it means that's an option, having a one-off seat unit, like a sort of racer style thing. But then it means those side panels wouldn't be in place anyway; they'll be gone, and it then ends up being more.
That's originally what I wanted to do, but
but yeah, that is a problem. It's one of the biggest problems actually, because it'll look crap if the edge of the tank. If you don't get
it right, it's not going to look right.
Now, another option is to buy a different kind of side panel, either a Z1000J side panel, or no, rather Z1000, not a J, or maybe a side panel from a Z650 perhaps, but I don't like them; they're a bit boring. We'll see. But that's a question for the day.
Actually, the Z650 panel would probably flow in better.
Well, have you got one?
Had some.
You had some?
And I've sold them.
Yes. I might have to go and have a little investigation. What I don't want to do is go and buy some and then find out I don't like them, they cost me like 80 quid. So, but that's a possibility. It's just that I really like that early Z1 style of side panel.
Nice.
You know, so it doesn't work. Yes, that's a bit of an issue, but at least we can carry on now and get that front end sorted out.
I can get this.
The lock stuff sorted out.
Well, at that there now, I can make up a tab.
Yes.
And get it fitted on if you're happy with that.
Yeah, certainly am.
There is some I can then start working out
the mounts for the tank.
Like I say, I've got them. What I might do is bolt some metal strips where the coils go, weld the stub off them, and just actually have them bolted on so you can fit the tank on. Okay. So the brackets will bolt on, and you can still use the coil mounts.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
You know, the coils will still go under there.
Okay. Cool.
If you.
Well, that's the way it should go, isn't it? So,
yeah. So if I make some little brackets and make 2 strips and drill them, and then weld some stubs off them for the rubbers to fit that on, all we need under the back. So if you're having a seat on, usually the only other thing we can do is just have a little. There is a little hook there just to put a rubber on. Yeah.
Well, sliding.
So basically, with a bit of rubber under the back and a little rubber strap.
Yeah. Well, it won't have a sort of hinged seat. It just have to be bolted down.
Yeah. Well, if a seat goes on, we can design it so it actually comes just over the lip, so it gives the tank some extra security.
Right. Cool. Not yet, Jeff, not
yet.
Let
the dog see the rabbit,
not yet. Right, let's begin then. Here we are in Jeff's workshop. I've brought my Guzzi seat along because this is a job that needs 2 pairs of hands. And I didn't really want to do it on my own, in case it all went wrong. And what we're doing is, rather than fiberglassing in a mount for the rear light and the rear plate, which was my original idea, I've now decided, no, that's a little bit too fragile, it might fall off one day. So I've reluctantly had to bolt it in place, which means drilling out 2 holes in this rather lovely aluminium seat unit. So we drilled 2 holes in the bracket so far. There it is.
Voila.
And we're going to use that as a template to mark out where we're going to drill the holes in the seat unit.
If we turn it that way,
yeah,
we can actually, because we're going to have to now. I'll let you clamp it on.
Yes, we're going to clamp it on gently.
Once you say
that's it,
Bernie the bolt, then I'll
start drilling.
Start drilling.
All right, okay, so it's all my fault if it goes wrong.
Of course.
Of course. Right, so we are back again after our tea break. So we've got a bolt in there now, and hopefully that's not moved.
It's not moved. Well, let's get. I think we can get the drill through
We
that
can move
one.
that out of here now, can't we?
Hey, well, leave it on. I can
Okay,
still.
leave it on.
I can still get the drill in there.
Okay,
Can't I? And drill
well,
through that one. Right.
I'll let you do that.
In there.
And can't see anything, of course.
Hey. Oh.
Go on. And now here we are with those 2 holes drilled in, and hopefully that's pretty much in the middle. So now I can take it home, drill these to mount the rear light and the plate. Hopefully.
Yeah.
And then, excitingly, the whole thing has to go for paint, because I've now found a painter to paint the bike, and he should be available to paint the bike in about 3 weeks' time, or thereabouts. So I've got 3 weeks to work out the pattern that I want, the colour that I want.
What colour are you doing it? Oh, you don't know
Well,
yet?
it's going to be mainly red. Similar to the red I've got on the tank right now.
Red?
But but then some sort of designing it, maybe some... One option is just to be easy, is just to put some sheets.
Shame, innit? All that polishing that someone's done on that, and then you're going to rub it down.
Rub it all down, paint it. Yeah, I could just have a speed stripes here. It's a bit boring, because the whole bike's very curvy, so maybe it's going to be something like that. Don't know, something like that maybe.
Sometimes you've got to put it on the bike and stand back and look at it, and
right,
it's very difficult to put something on it without seeing it all sat on the bike.
That's right. Anyway, I've sent off some photographs to Mark, the painter, and in 3 weeks' time we'll have a little conflab and hopefully agree a pattern that we can go for. Because right now I'm pretty open-minded. Right, so that's that job done, Jeff. That's great. I can go back in the car, go home, put it back on the bike, and then we can move on.